Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 11 of SAO Alternative GGO, and I say that because that specific part, because I actually didn't know that there was only going to be 12 episodes in the season. I don't remember when I had looked at it when I first started watching this, but I thought I saw that it was going to be 24 episodes. Was proven wrong, obviously, but I usually don't tend to go back and check on the My Anime List to see how many episodes there are, because usually when it shows at the beginning, I just kind of go off of that, though sometimes that does change. But yeah, I checked recently, and of course I saw that there was only 12 episodes. I was like, oh, okay, holy shit, this is gonna be like the finale then, I guess. I mean, it's shaping up towards a pretty interesting and pretty exciting finale considering the episode that we had in this one right now. But nonetheless, I was still kind of surprised that there was only gonna be a 12 episode season, which, like I always say with any anime, 12 episodes just, it ain't enough, man. Come on, just give us the 24 episode season, you know? But overall, I gotta say, this whole episode, I actually really did enjoy it. It wasn't just your, build up to the very finale, final episode of next week of the whole season kind of thing. It was just pretty explosive straight from the start. Yes, there's one thing I want to say that I'm just going to be completely honest. I was kind of irritated with Len's kind of whining throughout the whole thing of her saying, oh my gosh, what is everyone doing? Why are they going here? Why are they just killing themselves? We need to come with a plan. It was kind of irritating considering how, just like before this point, before she just cleared out the whole house, but I guess that's a reasonable kind of reaction. That's one of the things that I'm okay with what happened, because it just makes it more real, because yeah, considering the fact is she just cleared that whole house and the whole thing, the whole reason, which I kind of feel like it's kind of like thrown out the window at this point with that. But the whole reason that she is doing all of this, that she wants to beat Pito, is so that she doesn't kill herself and doesn't kill M. But I kind of feel like that kind of got lost along the way. Now it just feels like she just wants to beat her because, well, she just wants to beat her. But I have to say that it just felt a little irritating to see that whole part happen. And after all the kind of tactics and strategy that we had seen before this episode, it kind of went all out the window as well. Like, honestly, we had from this start of this episode, the whole house gets cleared. Pizzo, complete badass. I was wondering how she was going to use that, the laser sword. Was it going to be like Kirito and everything? No, it's not, which is cool to see, because I don't want to see the same kind of thing. Yes, it's awesome to see, just pretty much deflecting all the laser shots from all the guns and everything. It's pretty much, very Star Wars-esque kind of thing, and that's why I kind of thought it was cool with Kirito and everything. When I originally had saw, though, of course, after watching it even more, it kind of got to the point where it's like, geez, I want this game, how it should be, with guns against guns. And that's why I've loved so far with what we've had. And it's very Battle Royale, it stays true to the Battle Royale genre with what we've seen. And I always love seeing all of the different, strategies and everything. That's why I was kind of disappointed with this episode. Because after, of course, with the pretty badass scene where she just literally shoves into the two guys using M shield. I thought at first it was like, it's double bladed, double sided lightsaber kind of thing, but instead it ends up just like kind of like going from one side and then coming out the other, and the guys were like, are you crazy? And yeah, I mean, yes, Pizzo is indeed crazy, but that's just kind of what makes her character kind of, just enjoying to watch, because she's just like, you do not know what is going to happen next. She's just this crazy chick, and it's not in the way that, I mean, yes, she is trying to kill herself, and she is trying to kill M if something, well, that's what M says, if they end up losing and everything, but I don't know, it's just, she isn't your normal evil villain. That's why it's kind of interesting to see her character over others, because it's not her trying to kill the rest of the world and everything, not trying to conquer this, not trying to do that. She's not the normal kind of villain that we see in Sword Art Online, which is why I really do like her character. But as she, of course, defeats all the guys in that, in the house and everything, then, of course, all the strategy, all the tactics, all the just, smart ideas and everything that they have just goes out the window, and we have the gymnastics class just kind of just rushing forward, getting shot, or, each of them getting shot, just blind firing at the house and not getting anything until they're all dead. I gotta admit, I loved when Fuka, when they showed her and she just kind of like, just pretty much just gallivanting on in and just like not a care in the world and everything. Pretty much just, like literally like the when Pito is like aiming at her, I was just cracking up because I'm like, yeah, that definitely is like what Fuka's character would do, just skipping on into the dang battlefield, not a care in the world. And then of course Pito with her kind of just the way she is and how crazy she is, she just playing with her food and just literally shoots off every limb that Fuka has and then decides, I'm just gonna leave her. And at that point it's like, oh my gosh, every villain, every antagonist always does this, where they just let the person get away thinking, not what's going to happen, what could possibly happen, even though obviously Fuka does come on later on in a car and pretty much stop them from being able to win and beat Len. And of course that also, had that whole part with later on as well, when Len's just pretty much down for the count and Pito, all she had to do was just shoot at her, but instead just pretty much just lets her live until a certain moment when Fuka comes and saves her. It's like, that part, I gotta say, that part I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, really? But honestly, it's very Pito-esque. That definitely is the kind of thing, she would do. So I wasn't too surprised, and I wasn't too much hating on that part, like normally with any other villain. That's why she's not the normal villain that you normally have, normal antagonist. So it was okay to see that part happen and everything, but I gotta say, Fuka was just a riot in this episode. The whole part with her tying what's it called, Len's shoelaces, and then saying like, whoever is, if you're able to untie this, will be like the king of the world, like you can do this, how are you at what's it called, like Alexander the Great. And it was just like cracking up. The part when she comes driving on in and says, come on, do you need a ride, do you want to ride in my car, and then like, let's find I wonder if this world has any love hotels. Dude, I was honestly like, Fuka is the best character in the show. I don't know if you feel that way, but I love her character. She's hilarious, she's awesome, and just like such a riot in comparison to Len, who, like I said, sure, she's gotten better over the episode and over the season, but honestly, I don't really care for her character as much as the others. I like Pito more, and I like Fuka more, honestly. Just being straight up honest, But of course, you get this cool battle part with Len running away, and then of course bringing them to pretty much drive, and they need to drive a car to be able to keep up with Len, because yeah, they still don't ever explain why Len is that fast, because normally it's your abilities in real life translate into the game and everything. So I never quite understood why she was that fast. They don't really explain it. But nonetheless, it still makes for something really cool, with obviously the only way to catch up to her is a damn car. You had some cool things being thrown in, besides of course the cool action, the cool soundtrack and everything in this as well. You had some cool little throw-ins as well, with like the Hayo Silver from the Lone Ranger, while she's like kicking M over and over again, like he's like a horse obviously, and just using him and saying Hayo Silver when she drives on. And then of course there's the whole Warhammer 40k meme, where it's like, get me closer so I can hit him with my sword, as she just stands up on top of the car. And I was honestly, those moments, like there was a lot more comedic moments than I thought I was going to get in this episode, because I honestly thought it was just going to be a lot more action, a lot more serious tone, and a lot more just kind of like build up to what's going to be happening in the finale. But what we ended up getting was some pretty cool action in this one, with just totally random kind of things. One moment it's a car versus Len. Next moment it's a car chase going through damn geysers. One moment it's Fuka getting shy, losing every single part of her limbs. There's a whole dang, pretty much, Rainbow Six Siege kind of raid into the house, and the dang Star Wars lightsabers coming in. Honestly, I have to admit, even though, some of the fights may just seem kind of damn weird, and it definitely didn't have all the strategy and stuff that we had seen in the previous episodes, just the amount of craziness that had happened in this episode definitely made it enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie on that point. But yeah, of course, Like I said, they went through the whole geyser thing. I have to say one thing that didn't make sense throughout this whole episode. Yes, she has a P90. Yes, she's just pretty much spraying her gun and hoping to hit. But there's so many times, like when she flies over the car, how does she miss every bullet? When she's over there and she just sprays at him, how is she missing every bullet? It was insane how much spray and praise and literally missing every single bullet. I wish we could have a count of how many bullets Len had shot in this episode, because it was pretty damn high, and somehow she missed pretty much 99% of those shots. I think she hit a couple like at certain points towards the end on Pito, but literally before that she didn't hit a single one. And there was so many moments I was like, okay, she's gonna hurt her, she's gonna get her a little bit, catch her off guard, and she catches her off guard for sure, but misses every shot. I was so like, what is going on in this episode, man? It was kind of just randomly crazy all around, but that's what made it enjoyable, you know? And then, like I said, when they're driving, being the cool car chase with the geysers and everything, music was on point. Both of them somehow run out of gas at the same time, decides to crash into each other, which pretty much makes Pito and, you know, Len jump out of the cars. Pito starts spraying at her. Len, once again, weird Pichon kind of moment going on, uses her what's it called, P90 as a shield. And then of course, instead, this part over here kind of bugged me, honestly, but obviously if it ended right here, it would be like, what's gonna happen in the next episode? Instead, you know, obviously it's built up to the next episode's 1v1 battle, which I assume is gonna happen. But it just made no sense that instead of stabbing her with her knife, which we've seen her use numerous times, she instead decides, I'm going to run up to her, instead of hitting, you know, stabbing her, just kick her in the face, do a backflip kind of thing, which is cool, pretty badass, I guess. And then, of course, there's like a pose looking back like this, and I'm like, why? What is the point of this? You're countless, there's like so many moments right here. She doesn't have her guns. Just stab her in the face. What are you doing, honestly, you know? And then Pito, of course, starts bleeding, and she's just maniacally kind of like super happy, like, oh, like she's super excited and happy that this fight is going to go down. And of course, that was the ending of the episode. Like, okay, pretty cool, badass moment, but honestly, very, very unnecessary. So I guess both sides can be accounted for unnecessary things. Pito numerous times could have killed her. And then Len was like, I guess I gotta make this fair. I'll do the same thing and just kick you in the face. Like, I don't know, that part didn't make sense, but I'm definitely excited to see how next week's episode will be. Obviously, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 1v1, but M and Fuka are there, so I'm not too sure how that's going to go and that's going to work out. You got to remember that Fuka only has one grenade launcher. She doesn't have two of them. So I don't know if that's going to account for anything. M doesn't have his shield, so that's another thing. And there's still one more group, and there's some people saying like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if it was like Kirito and Sin on them? I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. If that does happen, that's cool, like a crazy cameo kind of thing. But I don't know, this is a separate kind of thing. They mention them here and there, obviously, but I would find it weird to see them being thrown in this part, especially considering the fact that, like, honestly, after the whole GGO events, they never really show up back at GGO, not even Sinon. She's usually playing with the rest of them in ALO and stuff like that. So I don't see that happening, but I honestly, I'm going to call it out right here. Epic battle. M and Fuka somehow get taken out, and literally it's like a battle to the death, a crazy battle between Pito and Len, and right when the final blow is going to be hit, that last group comes along and takes the last shots and wins the game. Classic battle royale style, where there's someone, some team, or some person that is just camping and waiting all game, and then the last moment just takes out the rest of them, and GG, it's game over. How much you want to bet that's going to happen? If it does, I'm going to crack up. I'm not even going to be disappointed. I'm going to crack up, because that's hilariously accurate with how battle royale games have, you know, are pretty much sometimes do end in, you know, during real life when you're playing these games. So that would be pretty funny to see and everything. But yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I'm missing you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. As always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How did you feel about this episode? Anime watchers only, good, bad? Feel free to comment below whatever you guys thought. And of course, source material readers, how did you feel about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Feel free to comment below whatever you guys' thoughts are. If there's, obviously any spoilers you want to put, rather you not, but if you do have to, do the whole skip 4 lines thing so that if someone clicks to read more, that's their choice. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.